It's time for Timothy. Yes, boys and girls, it's time for Timothy and all his wonderful friends. So come along with them to the Children's Museum, where Kathleen and Maureen learn an ancient Egyptian secret and are sorry they did.
This will be fun planning all the special trips for our girls' club this year.
I'd rather be on the refreshment committee. I hate all that planning and stuff.
You better believe it. I'd like to be on the tasting committee. I'd rather eat.
Well, this is the most important job in our club. Anybody can plan food. Come on, let's be serious.
Hello, girls. Are we all here? And ready to get to work?
You better believe it.
Fine. The four of us will plan some fun trips for the group. Now, I have called around and I have a list of all the places we could go. The bakery would be glad to show us how they bake bread and cookies and donuts.
Any free samples with that trip?
Oh, I don't know about that. But let me tell you about the other places. Grandy's Publishing House will show us how school books are made, and they'll...
Put that at the bottom of the list. We see school books all day. Who cares how they're made anyway? I don't.
Well, there's the zoo. We could feed the llamas.
We're going to the zoo on our school field trip. Let's go someplace different.
Well, the Children's Museum has several new exhibits. Oh, there's one I know you'll enjoy. An Egyptian room copied after the inside of a queen's tomb. There's even a mummy case with the mummy still in it.
My parents went to Chicago and saw King Tut. He was Egyptian.
Who's he? Is he really somebody famous? I know he doesn't play basketball.
Oh, Gertrude, don't you ever think of anything besides stupid basketball? Famous. Famous? They've written whole books about him. He's the most famous of all the Egyptian kings. Everything he owned was pure, solid gold. Even his clothes, I think.
He sure must have been dirty. You can't put gold clothes in the washing machine.
He was so rich he probably just threw them away when they got dirty.
Now, girls. Let's get back to the trip.
For our first trip, I vote for the museum.
Oh,
Me too.
All right. Our first trip will be the museum. We can go to the bakery next month.
Can we buy souvenirs? My mother will give me lots of money.
Do they have food there? I'd like to buy a snack.
Girls, let's think about some rules.
Oh.
We'll enjoy the trip more if we all know the rules and follow them. Here are the ones I thought we'd use, and I hope they're going to be the ones that perhaps you will think of too. Rule number 1. Everyone will wear a name tag.
We all know each other. Why do we have to wear name tags?
No, there will be some others along to help me, and they might not know all of your names. Also, there will be other groups in the museum, and name tags will help us stay together. Rule 2. Stay with your partner. Before we go, you choose a partner.
Kathleen, will you be my partner?
I guess so.
I'm going to ask Molly to be my partner. She's one of my best friends.
Back to the rules. Rule 3. Be polite and pay attention to our guide. Rule 4. Touch only with your eyes. This is very important at the museum. There are so many breakable things. Rule 5. And you girls already know this. Fasten your seatbelts and sit quietly in the car.
We'll all follow the rules, Aunt Cherry. Now can we start on the name tags?
You can start on them right now. Then you can give every girl her name tag, a permission slip, and a copy of the rules.
Our name tags will be made in the shape of mummy cases.
see Kathleen coming now, darling. Oh, she'll be glad to push you on your swing. But first, let's have some milk and cookies. You have been such a good boy today.
Hurry, Kathleen! Hurry, hurry, hurry! I want a swing ride!
Oh, Granny, you have to sign my permission slip right now. I can't go unless you sign it.
I want a swing ride, Kathleen! Now, come on!
Now, Chucky.
Now, you two, settle down. I can't make head or tail out of what you're saying. Now, darling, stop tugging at Kathleen and let Granny talk to her for a minute. You've been so good. Now, don't go spoiling it. Okay, now, what's all this about? Start at the beginning and tell Granny what you're talking about. Slowly.
Our girls' club is going to the Children's Museum after school next Friday. They have lots of exhibits there.
Well, how nice of Aunt Cherry, planning such an exciting outing. You know, I've always wanted to go there myself. I've lived here in town all these years, and I haven't been there yet. They have quilts there on display that are over 100 years old. Oh, you must go and see those.
The committee I'm on planned the trip. We're going to see the Egyptian room.
What's the Egyptian room?
It's not Egyptian room, it's Egyptian, and everything there is from Egypt. Egyptian vases, Egyptian jewelry, Egyptian furniture, and even Egyptian mummies.
Where are the Egyptian daddies? Aren't they in the Egyptian room with the mommies? I want to see the Egyptian mommies and the daddies.
Chucky, it's not mommy, it's mummy. A mummy is an old body, all wrapped up in a cloth, and in a special mummy box to keep it forever and ever.
Ooh, you can't breathe in boxes. Does the box have a lid? Can the mommy ever get out and see her kids? My mommy's real old, and I don't want her wrapped up in any old cloth and put in a box.
Oh, Chucky, your mother isn't old. These people they died hundreds of years ago. The Egyptians wrapped their dead in cloth and put the bodies in mummy cases. Now, I know this is a little hard for a little fella like you to understand, but maybe your folks will take you there to see them one day.
Kathleen's going. I want to go with Kathleen.
It's the girls' club. Little boys can't go.
That's not fair. I want to go. Please, please.
I'm sorry, Chucky, but I can't take you. Granny, please sign my permission slip.
I want to see a mummy. I want to see a mummy. I want to...
Come on, Chucky, stop it. I'll push you on the swing.
All right, and I'll sign this permission slip while you're out with Chucky.
Come on, Molly. Let's get a head start. I want to see everything. I've never been to a museum before.
Neither have I. But I guess we should wait for our group. Gee, there sure are lots of great things to see here. Girls, gather round. We have to go over the rules one last time.
Oh, Aunt Cherry, we know the rules. Let's get going.
All right, Maureen. What was one of the rules?
Stay with your partner and your group. Now let's go.
Not so fast, young lady. Remember, touch with your eyes only, be polite, listen to your guide. The museum closes at 5:30. That gives us several hours to see quite a few exhibits. Now wait right here, and I'll see if Mr. Dinwiddie is ready to start our tour.
We're never going to get started. I'll never see the mummy. Grown-ups always have so many rules for kids to follow. It takes the fun out of everything.
You better believe it. You need rules for basketball, but you sure don't need rules to tour a museum. All you have to do is walk and look and listen.
Gertrude, if you want to be my partner, you'd better follow the rules, 'cause I don't want to get in trouble. My mother said she didn't want to hear of any bad reports.
Shh! Here comes Mr. Dinwiddie. I wonder what we're going to see first.
Welcome to the Children's Museum. My name is Mr. Dinwiddie, and I'll be your guide today. We have many exhibits here. You may ask questions as we go along. I'm going to save the newest exhibit for last. Young lady, touch only with your eyes. There are some things here at the museum you may touch. I'll pass them around as we come to them. In order for all of us to have a good time, there are a few museum rules we have to follow.
Dinwiddie, what a funny name. Rules. Here we go again. Rules, rules, and more rules. A kid can't have any fun without grown-ups throwing rules at them.
Shh! Maureen, he'll hear you. He seems like a real nice man to me.
All right now, line up and follow me to Life Among the Indians, one of my favorites. This is an interesting Egyptian piece. When they opened Queen Shahinine's tomb, this bracelet was found at the foot of her mummy case. No one knew why it wasn't with the rest of her jewels.
Oh, it's beautiful. I'd like to have one just like it.
You couldn't wear that on a basketball court. Give me a good old sweatband any day.
Gertrude, will you be quiet? I want to hear the rest of the story.
Later, many drawings were discovered on the walls of the burial room. One showed Queen Shahanine sitting on her throne. At her feet was her favorite cat, wearing this very bracelet as a collar.
Is Queen Shahanine in this mummy case?
Yes, she certainly is. And now let's talk about her. She was a very mean and wicked queen. She had many slaves and treated most of them badly. It is thought that when she died, a few of her trusted advisors guarded the body while it was made ready for burial.
Why did they do that?
One old slave had put a curse on the queen. They feared the body would be stolen and destroyed.
What kind of a curse? And why did the old slave do such a thing?
The son of the old slave died while working on the queen's tomb. Thousands of people worked many years to build these Egyptian tombs. They worked long, hard hours with little food or water.
What was the curse?
That the queen would never rest in peace in her tomb. Queen Shahanine was very frightened and had secret locks put on the case that would someday hold her body, one to open and one to close the case. She wanted to be sure that no one could open the case and remove the mummy.
Can you open it?
Yes, young lady, I can. Watch closely. I'll show you how it works. To open, press first the right eye of the queen, and then the left eye of the cat. To close, press first on the right eye of the cat, and then on the left eye of the queen. And now, the secret. Press twice on the red jewel of the Queen's necklace.
You did it too fast. I didn't get to see the mummy. Do it again. Oh, please, just once more. I have to see it.
Look closely this time. It's almost 5:30, and we must get back to the lobby.
It's so scary. Wonder what happened to our cat.
All right, girls, it's time to go.
I want to see that mummy one more time.
Oh, Maureen, look what you've done. Hurry, we've got to get back to the group.
I've got to get this thing closed. Help me, Kathleen. Which eye is first? We can't leave with it open.
We? I didn't touch it. The rule was touch with your eyes only.
The museum is closing in 5 minutes. Please leave by the center door in the lobby. All other exits are now locked.
Hear that? Come on, Aunt Cherry will be looking for us.
You're my partner. You have to stay with me. We'll get in trouble if they see this case. Kathleen, please don't leave me. Help me, please.
All right, I'll stay. Let's get this thing closed.
Where are Kathleen and Maureen? They're the only ones not here. Weren't they with your group, Gertrude?
You'd better believe it. They were right behind us, weren't they, Molly?
Oh, I don't remember. They were in the Egyptian room with us.
Well, we can't leave without them. I'll find Mr. Dinwiddie. Maybe he can help me look for them.
Oh, let me go. I'll find them.
You stay right here. Don't you move. I don't want any more of you getting lost. Mr. Dinwiddie! Mr. Dinwiddie!
Just like Maureen, always causing some kind of trouble.
Did you find them?
We've looked everywhere. I can't leave without them.
Have you looked outside? Could they be in the van?
Everyone was supposed to stay together. Well, they may have gone to the van. Gertrude, you go out and look, but come right back.
I can't think of another place to look. I must ask your group to wait outside because it's closing time.
Oh, I'm so sorry to cause you so much trouble. This isn't at all like my girls. They're always so good about following the rules.
They're not out there.
Maybe they went home. Maureen just lives up the street. That would be just like Maureen, walking home and not telling anyone.
And Kathleen was her partner. Kathleen always follows the rules. And one rule was stay with your partner.
Well, that's probably what happened, but it really disappoints me to think that they walked off like that. Oh, I'll stop by Maureen's house after I drop you girls off.
The door's locked. We'll never get out.
Don't be such a scaredy cat. We'll get out. Aunt Cherry won't leave without us.
She doesn't even know we're in here. You made me hide when Mr. Didwitty came back. I'm sure he was looking for us, and then he locked the door.
Did you want us to get in trouble? If he had seen us in here after closing time, boy.
We wouldn't be in all this trouble if you had only followed the rules. Did you hear that?
Hear what?
That noise. It sounds like a cat scratching. Hear it?
Probably old Queen Shaw's cat. I hear it too. I wonder what it is. I was only kidding about the cat.
Remember the curse? Maybe Queen Shahanini comes out at night. The curse said she'd never rest in peace. Oh, Maureen, I'm so scared.
So am I. Well, there it is again. I can just see Queen Shahanini coming out of that case, dancing around and dragging us into that case with her. I don't hear anything now. It must be gone.
Are you sure?
Kathleen, we can't stay here all night. Let's try and climb up to that window. I could break it out, and then we can scream for help. Someone will surely hear us and come.
The window's too high. Besides, if we break a window, we could cut ourselves.
Do you have a better idea?
Look what you did! Something is coming. If it heard that crash, it'll come in here and get us.
I didn't mean to break that bracelet. Those footsteps scared me. I hate this old museum. I wish I'd never come.
Shh! Listen. The footsteps are getting closer.
Thought I heard a noise in here. I'm sure I closed that case before I left this room. Something strange has been going on in here. A bracelet on the floor and a mummy case open. Who's in here? Come out. Come out with your hands up. The museum robbers. We've been waiting to catch you two.
We're not robbers. Don't you remember us from the girls' club?
A likely story. Those girls followed the rules. They went home hours ago with their group.
We got lost and couldn't find our way out. Someone locked the door on us.
Looks to me someone's been playing in here. And young lady, how did that mummy case get open? It didn't pop open by itself.
I just wanted to see it one more time. You didn't let us see it real good.
We're sorry. We didn't mean to be so much trouble. Please take us home. Granny's going to be worried about me.
I know your granny, little miss, and she'll be mighty worried, but first I want a few answers. What about this bracelet? How did it get on the floor?
It was was an accident. We were scared and we heard noises and it just, well, it just fell over.
It's all my fault. Kathleen stayed with me 'cause we're partners and partners stay together. I didn't mean to break anything.
No real harm done. You girls looked pretty scared when I found you. Did you think I was old Queen Shahanina herself come to get you?
It was scary.
I wasn't really scared. I didn't believe a bit of that old story.
Well, let's go call Aunt Cherry and have her come get you.
Land sakes, Kathleen, whatever got into you? You know better than that. How many times have I told you not to go off wandering by yourself? You let a person know where you're going. Well, I was just worried sick. Maureen's folks have called here I don't know how many times. And poor Aunt Cherry.
I'm sorry, Granny. But one of the rules was stay with your partner.
Well, it's a good thing Maureen didn't take a notion to fly to the moon. Sometimes we have to use a little common sense. The only rule I hear you talking about is to stay with your partner. Now, weren't there other rules?
Well, yes, Granny. Lots and lots of rules. Kids always have so many rules to follow. Oh, Granny, please don't be angry.
Oh, I'm not angry with you, darling. I was just so worried. Rules are important. You know, grown-ups have rules, too. Land sakes, I don't know how many. There's rules for driving cars and rules about not stealing, paying bills.
Those are laws, grown-up laws.
The laws and rules are made for our protection. A person just can't go off willy-nilly, doing whatever they please. Now, if you and Maureen had followed all the rules, there would have been no trouble at all. You all would have had a wonderful time.
There really weren't that many rules. In fact, we helped make up the list. I've learned my lesson. I hope Maureen has too.
I'm sure you have, darling. Now, how about a little snack and then off to bed?
Very good.